Good evening, everyone. It is Tuesday, which is very unusual if any ALR fans are like not expecting to listen to me on this night. But yes, we have got a new venture, a new beginning once again, and I feel like deja vu, isn't it? Really, as we was talking about this only back in January, but all of a sudden we got a third league. Goodness gracious me, absolutely fantastic, isn't it? And yeah, unfortunately for everyone who was actually expecting a non-ginger talking in the commentary box, while you're disappointed. Unfortunately, it's me again. And look at all those new names there. Oh, that's fantastic, isn't it? We'll go through the grid and all these new runners and riders in just a few moments. But yeah, it's a massive breakthrough here today for ALR Bronze, this is. So, of course, it's quite a fitting league for me, isn't it? Because, you know, it does match my hair colour. Anyway, yeah, so we are a couple of seconds into this qualifying session. So, ALR Bronze, Season 1 there. It's going to be 9 rounds of this first season of Bronze then. Just to keep mirrored with just give us mirrored with gold and silver, of course, then. So with the calendar for bronze will be Italy. Then we're going on to Spain next week before we go into Austria. Then it's Abu Dhabi before going to the good old USA. Before we head over to the land of the rising sun in Japan. Before we go to Knowlesy's favourite circuit of France. Of course, you're allowed to turn baguettes upside down. And then we finish off well, no, we don't finish off the season. Then we go into the land of fire of Azerbaijan before finishing off in Silverstone for round 9, which is a special load event there as well. Then let's take a look at the runners and riders, shall we? And I've got so excited I haven't even put the mini map up correct. There we go. Excellent stuff. Of course, the track map on the right hand side there, as I've got to hold out my hands to make sure that I've got my lefts and rights the right way around. Let's go through the drivers, shall we, of the bronze league then, and they are in constructor order from how gold finished in season 2, because I'm a nerd like that and I'm so used to the order now. So the Renault team, who was actually the constructor champions from gold season 2, and with it we have got H Collins, and also we got Reaper Unity as well. Then I apologise if I butcher anyone's names. Anyone who knows me knows that I am absolutely appalling when it comes to names, so yeah, just bear with. So that is the Renault team of Collins and Reaper Unity. Good stuff indeed. In the racing point there we have Waz Layden and also Ayrton as well. Of course, Ayrton is the older brother of Emerson, so he's going to have a lot of stick from me, I can assure you. In the Toro Rosso team, we do have Velocity and Mazdas as well. I'm just taking, of course, there might be some drivers that are not racing here tonight, and of course we have also. So then we go into the Haas team. That's Energetics along with Hammer. Then in the Alfa Romeo we got Amazing 4-2-3 Steel. Oh, I'm just going to probably cause Amazing Steel, and we've got Con as well. And I hope he's named his account after Con Air, because that is one of my favourite films. It's the best film ever. In the Ferrari we have a very familiar name of Gunnar, who of course it was his birthday on Sunday, wasn't it? He was born the same day as Sam there, and they're both have reached 50 years old. Good one, half a century. And in the Ferrari next to we got War 97 as well. In the Mercedes we got Fatih Hennes there, who I finally pronounced his name right, and Jim as well is alongside him as well. It might be Jim from Friday night dinner perhaps. In the Red Bull we have Curly Red then, and next to him is Gernman, also in the Red Bull as well. The Williams, we have a familiar face again with Blas, who came second in his one only ALR event. So good stuff from Blas, and we're expecting good things from him in the Williams. Alongside him is Cheyenne as well in the Williams. And finally, the McLaren team, we have F1 legend 44, and I've got to say, I hope that's a reference to Lewis Hamilton there, because I'll be absolutely loving that. And of course then we have also got we got Forza Ferrari as well. Again, another oh, excuse me, sorry, too much monster. As Jake goes fastest. Of course, Wilson made his debut last night, and all of a sudden he's back in an F1 car tonight. Goodness gracious me there. He's got a very heavy week coming up his way, hasn't he? Blas has gone fastest so far. 7 tenths of a second away then, Blas is in front of Wilson. And yeah, Forza Ferrari, of course, also was a part of the silver crew. It's now in bronze as well. I've got to get used to saying bronze, goodness me. And then we've got Ryan Matey as well, who is in a third position over the racing point, and then Just B, who also made his race last night. And I apologise to Just B, because I falsely claimed that he got disqualified. Goodness me, I need to sort my eyes out. I need to go to Specsavers, don't I? Cheyenne has gone into second position at the moment in the Williams end, and we've also got Ayrton, who has got up to 5th fast as well. Car 12 Ayrton is. It's good to to see. It's good to see the Hilton. Is it the Hilton Brothers? I don't know. Is that a hotel perhaps? Then? Oh, I'm loving that as well. Ayrton has also got the Ayrton Senna helmet, so beautiful tribute there. I'm loving that. That's fantastic, isn't it? Really good stuff. I love that. Is that Curly Red is gone? Oh goodness me, it's gone off it. It's Scary, and it's we're on board with Forza, and of course from oh dear. Oh dear. So unfortunately, simply I'm going to call him Simply Red, aren't I? Curly Red unfortunately is out of qualifying, and that is the first victim of the Mascara chicane. Look at that, the Red Bull has been completely ripped off there. Gurman has just drove by his teammate now, and it's just to witness that awful smash there. Goodness me, then that is not a good start at all. So Williams just get out of the way as well. Then I've got to say it's a very crowded track here, isn't it? Of course, the first ever bronze event here tonight. So it all starts from zero. We don't know who's the fastest. We don't know who's the slowest. We don't know who's going to be in the middle of the pack. We don't know anything. Well, I certainly don't know anything. As Gurnman has gone up to third fastest moment in the Red Bull, and I think we've got Ryan Beatty who also jumped as well. Oh, is that as Ayrton there has just got off the track there. I think you're just checking out the scenery, and we have got another car off the track. We've got another car off the track. Oh, goodness me. It's not looking good at all, is it, for some of these drivers? And that's another smash there, and that's Reaper, who has just damaged the car, and Reaper is also out of qualifying. So we've lost two cars already in this qualifying session. Goodness me, then. Yeah, I've got to say, it's a brutal old track, isn't it? It's a very difficult track to start off, isn't it? Fatty Hennis has gone up into 9th fast. He's done a 24.6, and beautiful stuff there from the Mercedes driver, but he needs to go a bit quicker than that, doesn't he? If he wants to get himself out of qualifying. We're on board with Forza then, of course. Forza, who he's had a very strong silver season, wasn't he? He was around the 6th, 7th mark, wasn't he, in the table? And he has decided to drop down to bronze just to I don't know. I think he just wants to come down to bronze, doesn't he? And I don't know. He thinks it's probably cool in bronze. It definitely is cool at the moment, isn't it? I wish I was a bit cooler. My goodness me, my body temperature's already flying to a high, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Oh gosh, I'm having a hot flush here. Too much excitement. Forza's gone full fast at the moment there in the McLaren. Good stuff indeed there from Forza. And out of the pits there comes Mazla's. We've also got Gunnar, who is usually a man who is not is usually a man who's quite chilled. Here comes F1 Legend there as he comes out of the second chicane then. Yellow flags is fluttering free then, so we've lost the Reaper and we've lost the Curly Red then already in this session. Both are out of qualifying. Of course, there is no T cards. Oh, sorry, that was a really bad time to swallow, wasn't it? And there's no T cards in Formula 1 these days, is there? Of course, they used to have, every team used to bring a T card, didn't they? Or a spare car if someone totaled their car. Unfortunately, Curly Red and Reaper are both out of qualifying then, and they're going to have to be watching from the sidelines then for the rest of this qualifying session. So qualifying 1, we are aiming to lose 16th, 17th, 18th and 19th then. So there's going to be at least 2 more people then that is going to be bowing out in qualifying. As long as you get around the lap, by the looks of it, it's very difficult indeed. Here comes F1 Legend, they're coming up to the line as well. His teammate Forza has gone into 4th position. F1 Legend has gone faster still. Good time there from F1 Legend there. My goodness me. Yeah, well, he is from the gauntlet down, hasn't he? Here comes Hammer. Oh, he's invalidated this time, Hammer, so we'll leave him to it. Velocity coming through with some velocity as well. Here comes Collins. He's coming out of the Scar chicane as well. I have, apologies guys, I have seen your comments there. I will lean across and have a look to see what you're all chatting about in just a few moments then. Collins there is just backed off, and so we're going to go on board with velocity as well, and he is trying to pinch a cheeky little slipstream off the McLaren then. He is going to the parabolic as well, and so what can velocity do? Here he comes then into the final turn as well. My goodness me, you guys are very chatty, aren't we? Oh, and I love it. I love it. Here comes velocity then coming up to the line. Then of course the time and beam is a lot closer than what the start line is. The start line is just all the way up there, isn't it? Velocity is in the 20s. F1 Legend there straight on it straight away, and impressively, I've got to say that's very impressively actually, right in the 19 straight away. Goodness me, he is definitely a legend, isn't he? Wow, incredible stuff. As we're just on board with Collins as well then, let's take a look at the comments, shall we? Whilst Collins is now 7 seconds 7 seconds up then. Brilliant stuff indeed there. We got Gamer saying good luck to everyone in this new league there with an exclamation mark as well. You know, Gamer means some business there, doesn't he, when he gets an exclamation mark out? Of course, Gamer who's also in the Renault as well, isn't he? So good stuff indeed there. Cheering on the yellow team there, which isn't Brusher Dorman. Jake Wilson, good luck guys. We've also got Blast, good luck. Enjoy the race, Sean. I always enjoy the race. I love cars. I love cars. 4 wheels, 2 wheels, which usually is what my car is. My car is usually 3 wheels, like the Trotter van, isn't it? especially as I've been at the wall a few times. Here comes Collins, and this is coming down the back straight into the parabolica as well. We've also got Gamer saying, let's go Ryan, best of luck to my brother Ayrton, hashtag Team Ayrton. So Emerson on the other side then, so this is very unusual. It's usually it's usually Ayrton cheering on Emerson. Now it's the other way around, isn't it? Let's see what Ayrton can do then. Collins has gone up into 9th position at the moment. He's done a 21 flat then. Good stuff indeed there. We got Gunnar who's out on track then, so Gunnar's made the parents out in the Ferrari homeland here. I've got to say Ferrari haven't done very well at all here, have they, in these events so far. As they, of course, I've got to say ALR has 3 races now, doesn't it, in every event? That's incredible, isn't it? Goodness me. I remember at the beginning of the season we only had another new league. Now we have 2. Brilliant stuff. Mazles has gone into 6th fastest. I apologise if I'm not pronouncing your name right. Just throw it in the comments there and just get me sorted out. Here comes Ayrton. He's currently 14th at the moment. He is in the 22s. He needs to gain a bit of time then as he is coming out of the chicane now. Also we've got Matthew Briggs there. Good luck everyone. We've also got Andre as well. If you invite me to the lobby now, I'm driving from 20. We've also got Brandon saying, come on, Maz and Velocity Mumford. Hello, hello, hello. We got Granty as well. Hello, Team Williams. Of course, Granty is a big fan of the Williams team, isn't he? Of course, he drives for the Williams as well. Blaz in 4th position and Cheyenne there in 8th position as well. Good stuff from the Williams so far. We've also got Darren as well. Good evening, guys. Looking forward to this. Ben Evans, go, Ryan, lads. We've also got Bailey Smith as well. Hammer down, Sion. And we've also got Darren saying good luck to the Williams. No pinching my silver seat. Naturally wood-footed chair. Just get on it, just be. And Jake there and Dan Murphy. Good luck at Emerton as well. Brilliant stuff. I'm loving all the comments there. Absolutely stupendous stuff. Here comes Ayrton coming down the back straight as well. Oh gosh, I might have to get some deodorant. But I had a waft of some body odor there. Goodness me. And it's Ayrton coming through the final turn then. Let's see what Ayrton can do then. He is he's run out of the prime as he comes to the line. He has not improved there. He lost a couple of tenths there, didn't he, in the final stage. Here comes Gunnar, of course, the most experienced driver in ALR. Well, currently he is, but of course he is starting afresh, isn't he, here in bronze? And let's see what car 83 can do that in the Ferrari. That is, he has got all the hopes of the Tifosi on his shoulders. And so Gunnar usually has a nation hanging by the whim, doesn't he, from Ireland? Now he has the Italians and the Irish there, really cheering him on. I bet he feels like Eddie Irvine, doesn't he? Back in '99 then. Gunnar then coming over the Scottish chicane, and he is 17th at the moment. Then we've still got William, who is in the pits at the moment, and we've also got Hammer out there as well, or Sion I should say. I'm not sure if he's Sion or Hammer, I don't know. Granty's asked, is there any names you're going to struggle with? Yes, there. I've already come across with a couple of them. I think I've pronounced some of them pretty good so far. Gunnar goes 14 fast at the moment. Then, so he is in the 21s, 8 so far. Ayrton needs to find some time at the moment. He hasn't got DRS at the moment. Here comes Hammer back out again then, or Sion there. I think it is Sion. It's that lovely shot here from the house. And then I've got to say, he has stolen my seat, I think, Hammer has. So I'm a little jealous there. I would be in this car right now, but luckily for all the 18 other drivers out there, I think they're very happy that a certain Ginger is not in that car tonight. So yep, good stuff indeed there for Son. It's great to have all these guys that are driving for the first time in ALR, more or less. Of course, there's a couple of familiar names down there. So Hammers goes into 12 fastest indeed. Then just B is coming through the final turn, the final parabolic as well. He's gone up 3/10 of a second. That would get him into 12th position, I think, or just in front, or just behind Sion Hammer's head. Let's see what he can do. He goes into he improves by 8 thousandths of a second there. His second time there wasn't that good at all. William is still in the pits at the moment there, so I think he's in the Ferrari tonight, isn't he? So he's just got his feet up at the moment there, so we leave him to it. And of course, I don't like to intrude on anyone when they're enjoying themselves. Ryan Beatty is at the moment there, is invalidated his time, so we leave him be then. I've got to say, F120, I was going to, sorry, that's the other Formula 1 2019 who unfortunately had to bow halfway through Sailver. Well, F1 legend, my goodness me. Wow, I gotta say, F1 legend. That's a legendary start to bronze, isn't it? My goodness me, he is quite he's quite a margin in front of Velocity at the moment, there, isn't it? It's just a sign of things to come, perhaps. And of course, we have Glock. It is amazing talent in silver, hasn't he? He's dominated silver. What about bronze? And this is going to be interesting to say the least, isn't it? So we've got a bit of a low on track at the moment. Then there's There was cars there, just it's just on outlaps as well. I think it's just B. It's 4 tenths of a second down. Oh, he's invalidated this time, and I think he's going to have to come back into the pits now as well. And he's almost out of deployment then. Currently in the drop zone, Blaz retired from the session. Blaz, that's great to be commentating on with Blaz. I haven't commentated on Blaz for almost a couple of months really. So I've missed that. Yeah. Oh goodness me, I've missed that commentating on Blaz and that Haas there. Goodness me, I think just B was just interested to get in the pits there, wasn't he? And almost wiping that Haas out then, and you could say that Haas could have been a has-been. Into the pits comes just B then. So in the drop zone at the moment then we have Ayrton, who is just coming out on track now. We've also got William out on track as well. Curly Red is out of qualifying, and so is Reaper. Now Ayrton is going to have to find some time, and William at the moment, who's he's still got 3 minutes then, but he's gonna we'll see what he can do then. As we've also got as Darren has thrown his hat in the ring, he reckons that Fatty Heat might be a name I struggle with. I've got to say I've perfected that after the Brazilian event a couple of weeks ago. I think I'm really impressed with myself lately. We've got Brooke Grilla saying evening Sean. Good evening Todd, hope you're doing well tonight. We've got Bailey Smith as well. Sion is pronounced Sean. Oh, it's the same as my name. Excellent stuff. So I should be okay then. So yeah, I've already destroyed someone saying that. So it's Sean Hammers then. Excellent stuff then. So I'm going to call Hammers Sean from now on, and I've got to say that's an absolutely beautiful name. That's of course everyone loves a Sean, don't they? There's just coming out the final parabolica, and he's about to start his lap now. Thank you for telling me that, by the way, Bailey, because I think a lot of other people not naming any names would have just let me struggle on. I think that one of those people in the comments would have been granted for one, and yeah, I think Emerson would have been another one. Ayrton coming down the back straight as well then, as he is going into turn 1 now then. We've also got Joe Brinley Brinley is looking forward to this, and we've also got I am Leet. What happened to my teammate in H Collins? I think he's just retired from the session. I don't think he's retired. I don't think he's retired from the session per se. He's just retired, which doesn't make any sense at all. I've said retired 3 times in a row and really haven't put any context in it. So what he's done then is he's retired from the session, but he is still in qualifying. He's just retired in the pit lane. He's happy with his time. He doesn't want to go back out there, so he is just put his feet up. William needs to kind of think about getting out there at the moment. I wonder where he's gone. I reckon he's probably gone and I think he's probably gone and got lost somewhere, hasn't he? Well, unfortunately, I think that's going to be William out of qualifying as well. Oh, so Ayrton is now 2 tenths per second down on his personal best. He's got a minute to go then. Gunnar is also on track as well, so it's just B then. This is going to be very tense between Ayrton, Gunnar, and just B then. Of course, it's Ayrton. I think this is Ayrton's first league event as well, so I think hats off to him. I remember when I did my first league event there, I was very nervous as well, but the thing is that you only have your career to base your racing off, and it's a completely different ball game. It really is, isn't it? Ayrton's going a tenth of a second quicker in the final section then. Can he get that improvement across the whole lap then as he comes into the first corner now? Yeah, the career, of course, is a completely different kettle of fish, isn't it, to racing online? I thought I was amazing because I have my AI on 30, of course, because I think I'm great. But yeah, I had my AI on 30 and I thought I was amazing. I also damaged my front wing right at the beginning of my debut in Abu Dhabi. And I just drove around it thinking I was would have been fine. How wrong was I? I was losing a lot of time. So we've lost William, we've lost Reaper, we've lost Curly Red as well. So it's Ayrton and Gunnar then, and who is going to be joining? Who's going to be knocked out of qualifying? And we're going to find out. Ayrton hasn't got DRS there, but it looks. Has he got DRS failure, or has he just forgotten to put the DRS on there? We've got yellow flags behind him. So just be there. It's on the medium compound tyre out there at the moment, there in the Mercedes. As I got awful cramp in my knee. Oh gosh, I tense up too much. Ayrton's 2 seconds off. I think this is Ayrton's going to be Ayrton coming back in the pits, and he'll be 16th on the grid then in his first league race. And so that's not. I would say that's not too bad, is it? For Ayrton, I'd be fairly happy if I was in Ayrton's position then, as he is just coming back at the pits, and F1 Legends retired from the session. Ayrton coming in the pits as well, and he qualifies 16th on the grid then. As Curly Red in 17th position, William in 18th, and Reaper is in 19th. Those are the guys that have been knocked out. Guna goes up into 12th and improves by 4 tenths of a second. But that is quickly eclipsed there by Sean Hammers, who has moved up into 12th position and in front of Guna then as well. And I've got to say, it's very tight times there, isn't it? This is looking very good indeed, isn't it? I'm loving commentating on these new guys as well. It's really good, isn't it? It's really interesting. I'm also loving the new helmets as well. Of course, that's one thing that really gets me going, is seeing a very good helmet. Ryan Matey at the moment there is 14 seconds down then, so he'll be coming into the pits just now then. Any new viewers out there, of course, who is just joining us for the first time for this new adventure, another new adventure we're having here in ALR, of course, is the Bronze League. And for any new viewers here tonight and wondering if it's at the end of qualifying, no, it's not then. We've got 2 more parts of qualifying. We're going to lose another 5 drivers, and then we're going to go into the top 10 shootout as well then. As into the pits comes Ryan Matey. He is 11th fastest. That doesn't matter now. All that mattered was 16th, 17th, 18th and 19th, and that's how they're going to line up. Ayrton in 16th, Curly Red 17th, William in 18th, and 19th is Reaper then. We're going into qualifying too in just a few moments then. We've got Darren saying, thanks for my driver of the day in silver yesterday, Sean. Of course, I think Nosey awarded that. Of course, Nosey is of course the dear leader, and he normally throws out the driver of the day. But I'm actually happy that I changed my driver of the day driver of the day vote at least 3 times. I said it was going to be Kingdom. Now I decided it was going to be and then I said it was going to be LPE, and unfortunately all those drivers had a pretty miserable end to the race, didn't they? So it just shows that maybe I just doom people every time I said they're having a great race. Unfortunately then, these guys have not had a good qualifying session. Reaper, William, Curly Red and also Ayrton have all been knocked out of qualifying 1. We're about to go into qualifying 2 in just a few moments as well then. Bailey Smith is Curly Red. Hello, Bailey. Hope you're having a good day as well. And I will remember that. I'll make a note on my own spreadsheet. That's how us IT folk live, is basically by spreadsheets and living in the dark in a cupboard somewhere. So I'll put that on there as well, because my memory is absolutely appalling. I have to write everything down. I'm only 30 years old. We've also got. We've also got Emerson saying, unlucky bro, P16 ain't too bad for your first league race. I think that's very good, actually. Really is indeed. So Monza as well, and you can Monza, it looks like a easy track on the track map, doesn't it? But it's only an easy track if you go really slow. And as we've seen already, we've seen 2 drivers go into the hedge, haven't we? So yeah, it's not an easy track by any stretch of the imagination. And to be honest, I'll be happy with 16th in this grid of very talented young drivers. It really is. And so hats off, well done, Ayrton, and he's doing a cracking job indeed then. Oh goodness me! I've lost where I am on the old comment section as well. We've also got Andre saying, Darren, what's your PSN? I think it's Serious Mushroom. It is, I think it is. And we've also and of course Darren also confirmed this is a long race there to Ayrton. So yeah, nothing to be ashamed of as well. We've also got Ryan Matey here, loving the commentating. Good stuff, Ryan. Of course, and that is the only reason why I do it is for all you guys out there, and also because no one else wants to do it. Here comes Sean Hammer's coming out of the pits now, and he is away as well. I got to say, actually, I do love commentating. Of course, I've always I think that I started to get into the commentate. I started to really want to do commentating when I heard Murray Walker. I think he's the best commentator in any sport I've ever heard of, any sport I've ever listened to. So I think that Murray Walker and Martin Brundle was when I started watching F1. I absolutely loved their broadcast. So that's kind of the reason why I was like, oh my god, I want to do something like that. And luckily in ALR they gave me the opportunity, and now they can't get rid of me. So and also I don't need a media degree either to do this either. But I think a lot of people wish I did, because I do get my words very jumbled up quite quickly, and my grammar is absolutely appalling stuff. Do not say any words I'm saying. Goodness me. Anyway, getting on with it. We've also got Grant. He's saying Williams for the constructors. Of course, at the moment Williams are first in the constructors in gold, isn't they? Doing a fantastic job. Of course, Williams in the last season of a full season of ALR finished 9th in the constructors there. So I'm doing a much better job here this season, aren't they? DRS available, and there's 2 DRS zones around this Italian circuit. Of course, one on the start finish straight, and also one up into the Scar chicane out of the second Lesmo. Here comes Jake Wilson there. As I said, he's on a very busy old week, isn't he? As he comes out the first chicane as well, then taking a lot of curb. Almost saw the curb there. Absolutely sweet as a nut there for Jake as he comes through a curb, a grande as well. Is this going to be a grande lap then? As I have already made that joke twice already this week. As Ryan is saying, I'll have a better Q2. We've also got Dan Murphy saying, well done, Ayrton. You're great for your first ever league race. As Broke Ritter has gone for get pole Gunnar. Gunnar moved himself up to 13th. Of course, Gunnar has never had a pole position in the ALR series, but today, covered today, of course, he is driving the Ferrari now. One of the fans are going to cheer him on then. As we have got, I think we've got Williams there. He's looking in a bit of trouble there, isn't he? I think it's Blas there. Of course, he's usually the man that causes a lot of trouble, doesn't he? A blase troublemaker, isn't he? We've also got I am Lita P10 first quality there. Very good stuff indeed there. Yeah, Darren just confirming it's serious motion. And Ayrton saying having Emerson shouted stress that me didn't help there. I got to say, I know that feeling. As Jake is unfortunately invalidated his time, and we've got Collins. Collins has gone. Oh goodness me! Collins has gone into Ascara on board with Forza, and that is the third victim in the Ascara chicane there. Goodness me! Ryan Mighty has just gone up into the first position there. I almost went Australian there, didn't I? Oh, that is a shame now though for Collins. He is the third victim in this in the Italian Grand Prix that has gone off at the Ascara chicane now. It's a very hard. It's a horrible corner, isn't it? It's so challenging. I would say it's one of the most challenging pieces of track there in the whole world of Formula One. Then, so that is such a shame now for. It's such a shame now for Collins, who is out of qualifying, and he's going to have to now. He's now a spectator for the remainder of the qualifying session, unfortunately. So that is such a shame indeed. Then. Once again, then I just like look down at all the comments. It's incredible. You guys are such chatterbox to start. I love it. I love it. Here comes Fatty Hennes coming through the final turn as well. And that's a very nice helmet, isn't it, from Fatty Hennes? That's a beautiful helmet. I'm trying to work out what design that is. That's incredible. As he goes second fast moment. He's on the medium compound tire then. And for anyone who doesn't know the rules of the qualifying 2 session, this is where the as Blas has gone for a third fastest than there. So Cheyenne, who has gone in 4th position as well. For anyone who doesn't know the qualifying rules, then let's just quickly break them down for you, shall we? As velocity is coming on the back straight now, of course, in qualifying 2. If you get in the top 10, you must start on the tyres, which you set a fast time on. Jake Wilson has gone at fastest on a 21-1 there on the soft tyres. If you start in qualifying, if you start in the top 10, you must start on the tyres, which you set your fastest time on. And that's why we've got a mixture of medium and soft tyres. Of course, a lot of drivers will probably want to start on the medium tyres because it gives you a bigger window, doesn't it? And if of course, so if it rains, so then you do get to change your tyres. Of course, so if you put on the intermediates or wet tyres, then you can have whatever tyre strategy you want there. Of course, if it's a full dry race, then you must use 2 types of compounds, whether that's the soft and medium, soft hard, medium or hard, medium hard, or any of those combinations. Then. So here comes Maz. Let's come in now under the old banking as well. Remember, yesterday's race was absolutely weird, wasn't it? It really was. It was raining all the way through the race, but at no time I didn't think that it warranted the intermediate tyres, did it? Maz has gone right off the track there, and he almost was in the gravel. I think he touched the gravel there, and I think he is just backing off there as well. Amazing Steel is on a lap, and oh, that's a back end. He's trying to overtake the front now, isn't he? As he accelerates out of the first chicane then. As Ayrton saying, I will get better. Oh, don't worry about that, Ayrton. I got to say, you're probably better than me anyway. And I've been driving this game now for up to 8 years now. And I started league racing just over a year ago, and I'm still rubbish. So it's Amazing Steel there comes out of the first Lesmo. As of course, congratulations, Silent Mushroom from yesterday, as also confirming there for everyone in the chat there that Ayrton, it's all about the race. It really is, isn't it? As brilliant stuff indeed. Then as Silent Mushroom there, of course, giving his best Ayrton impression. There, Ryan Matey has gone faster still. We're on board with Amazing Steel there, who is going amazingly wide there out of the Ascara chicane. Now, goodness me, then. He had a full commitment there. He was on it full welly, wasn't he, before coming down the back straight. Good stuff indeed then. Yep, we'll leave the bromance to go there in the comments for now, and I'll look back down in a minute then. As we come through the final corner as well, then we've got yellow flags in this first. That's what there's. Blast has left the session. I'm hoping the Blast gets back in the session. He's only 6 faster than that. It's not good at all there for Blast. Amazing Steel's gone fastest on a 20.2, and that is on the soft compound tyres then for Amazing Steel then. So he has nailed his colours against Matt. fast. He's also driving car 14 in the Alfa Romeo course car. As Blas is back in the session then, so I think he just went for a water break. So he's back in the session. Excellent stuff indeed then. F1 legend there is and he's left the session again then, as he can't decide where he's coming or going then. We got Gurnman, I should say, as he is coming through the Curva Grande now in the Red Bull on the soft tire as well then. Look at how much he hugs the inside line before coming down into the second chicane as well. You can see you can't take too much cover. He's on the gravel there a bit now. That's going to dull his momentum now as he comes into the first Lesmo. We see an Alfa Romeo and here comes Gurnman then flying for the first Lesmo as well. Using all the track and then some. Wow, that's very wild there, very aggressive on the steering wheel for car 25 out of the second Lesmo as well, and good stuff indeed. And DRS right on the money. Yellow flag is fluttering in too. It is for the Alfa Romeo as he comes under the old bank and then before rising up the hill and coming into the Scar chicane as well. Not getting too wide then. Look at that. That is as sweet as a nut then. Brilliant stuff indeed then as he comes down the back straight then. As you can see, he's got a lot of deployment left then. Of course, what do I mean about that? Of course, look at the bottom right hand side then. There is a telemetry down there. Of course, it shows the gears. It shows the miles an hour. Gurnman, they're going off the track there. It also shows the speed he's going, the RPM, and you see that the little D there, that is the deployment, and the H is the harvesting as well. And you can see there's also a thing called DRS as well. That is the drag reduction system. If anyone was interested, Just B has just invalidated his time then, so we'll leave him to it. And here comes Velocity coming down the back straight as well on the final parabolica then. And of course there, and so is Velocity then is just coming out now as well then, out of the final parabolica. Let's see what he can do then. Yellow flags is fluttering on the back straight. It's a Ferrari just getting on the way. I think it's Gunnar. Velocity goes into third fast as well. I'm loving these times. This is impressive stuff indeed there, isn't it? We got four. So we've also got F1 Legend there, and I've got to say F1 Legend is looking mighty strong, isn't he? So far, it's the fastest of the medium compound tires, 2/10 second in front of the second fastest man, which is Velocity. Mazda there. Oh, getting very, I thought he was spinning there. Just being started himself. So we've also got Forza, but he's invalidated this time. Just be there, just overtaking the Haas then. Gunnar is back in the pits at the moment there, so I think Gunnar might have picked up a problem then. Just over 5 minutes going to this second qualifying session, and I've had a really good time here in this first qualifying session. We currently got 4 men who haven't set a time. Well, technically 5 because Collins is unfortunately gone into the wall, gone into the hedge there, just on the outside of Ascari. Ascari is one of the most difficult corners, isn't it, on any circuit there? So yeah, very tough indeed there, isn't it? And unfortunately, we've lost 3 drivers in there already in this session there. As Everson just said, it's constructive criticism. As I was saying, Everton, don't worry about it. The amount of times that he tells me for constructive criticism. As a Mazda goes 7 fastest, of course, playing Warzone stuff like that. Blaz is back in the session. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed there. As Just Be there is also invalidated. Someone's going to have to go around again there. And remember, it's not just about getting through. It's also about the tires as well. As Sean Hammers is coming down the back straight, and looks like he's ran out of fuel there, doesn't he? He's in limp home mode, but it looks there as he is limping home there, so that's unfortunate as well. As that is a shame there as well. As Darren is saying there, that's very good, decent times in bronze. It really is, isn't it? It's a Hammers there is just having a it's just on a little problem there. It's Ayrton's left the session as well, and as hopefully Ayrton will come back in a minute. And Just Be there is just coming out of Curva Grande then before coming up into the first game as well. But Just Be is almost around of deployment, so this zone has started a lot there for Just Be. I gotta say, I do like his relaxing gamer tag though, isn't he? He sounds like a very laid back man, isn't he? As here comes car 32 out of the first Lesbo then. What about the second Lesbo as well? In the Mercedes, and now it's the second Lesbo. Of course, a little more banked, isn't it, than the first as well. And of course, he's also got to carry a bit more speed than Anthony before going under the track before rising back up then. And it's getting very intense on the track, and also in the comments as well. Who is going to get on top is what the championship leader of gold is saying there. As Grant, oh my goodness me, he has spun it. He is in the wall. It is just a kiss though, and he has still got all 4 wheels on his wagon there, but unfortunately he has lost a lot of he has lost a lot of wing elements there, hasn't he? I say that is usually setting a new trend there, and I reckon the all Formula 1 car should have no wing elements on the outside there. Unfortunately though, that is a shame for Just Pete. Got to come to the pitch. He's got just over 3 minutes to go. Can he get in and come back out there? It's going to be nip and tuck, isn't it? So Just B is going to have to get a move on, isn't he? Here comes Cheyenne back out on track as well. He's gone purple on the second sector as well, then flying through the Escar chicane. I tell a lie. That was the first sector as well, then come through the Escar chicane, and very beautiful indeed there from Cheyenne then. He's coming down the back straight. He's still got a bit of deployment left, hasn't he? And let's see what he can do then as he's coming back into the Parabolica as well. And as someone invite Ayrton back in, and if Blas is back in, could someone also... In fact, Blas is back in, and he's in the Williams, so I can see him in shot. So I don't know what I'm chatting. Cheyenne is not chatting anything. He is doing some action. He is second fastest. Oh my goodness me! Did he touch his teammate there? Oh goodness me! Oh dear! I think they're getting a bit too close there, a bit too friendly there in the Williams camp there. We'll leave him to it, shall we? Here comes Gunnar. Is the ever friendly Gunnar as he's coming down the back straight as well. And Blas there is also out on track as well. We'll keep an eye on what Force is doing. He's the first man forward at the moment, and let's see what it's like. Oh goodness me! Then we've got 23 viewers at the moment. Wow, absolutely fantastic stuff. Great that all you are joining us tonight. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed then. And I hope you're enjoying the show then. Of course, the first ever time that bronze is in action there. It really is. Of course, I did lobby with Nosey to maybe change the name from bronze to ginger there, but or maybe even Moroccan sunset, but he's having none of that, and so he shouldn't either. And of course, this is the third league there in ALR, isn't it? We had Silver make his debut, of course, back in January, and now we're in April. We got a third season. Goodness me! William has left the session now. We didn't even see him make an appearance there in the first part of qualifying. Unfortunately for William in the Ferrari there. So the Ferrari team are going to be very disappointed with that as Forster comes up to the line. He's going full fast there. He's in front of his teammate by 3/10 of a second. Gunnar down the back straight as well. Here comes Blas coming up to the line. What's Blas? He's on the soft tires. It is second fastest Blas is. He's at 4/10 of a second in front. Here comes Gunnar then, and as we said, then not only the Italians are behind him, also the Irish are behind him as well. Gunnar comes up to the line. Let's see what he's doing then. Is Gunnar going to sneak through? He is. He's in for this road. Gunnar is fantastic time from the Ferrari driver. Brilliant. But now that we've got some guys that are queuing up behind him. Here comes Ryan Matey is one of them. Forza is just coming in the pits as well. Mason Steele is just starting this up as well. He's coming back on track. Blas, I think, is just he's just finished off, and so we'll keep an eye on what. That was McLaren. Right? There's also Gunnar there, who's going over the sleeping policeman. Of course, that last night was a lot of there was a lot of controversy around last night. Of course, as in the end, then it was a win for 00, wasn't it? After him and Glock was very close together there, and of course, Glock. And unfortunately, Glock outbraked himself in I think 00 had to go wide, and he got a 10-second penalty, didn't he, for his troubles there? So a lot of controversy from that race last night, but 00 there winning his first race in silver. So fantastic stuff from 00, or I think it's no, it is his first race win, is it? So fantastic stuff from 00, brilliant stuff indeed then. But of course, what I failed to mention last night is we're just taking to a trip of silver there, so apologies guys. Yeah, of course, what is last night as well. Next week, next Monday, we're going to be crowning our first ever silver of ALR champions. If Glock, I think he has to finish 12 points in front of Droffer, and 17 points in front of. And in front of Hunter or something along those lines then, and that means he'll be silver champion then. So round 15 we're already going to be crowning the champion. That is incredible stuff, isn't it? I wasn't expecting to crown a champion in Spain. Goodness gracious me, that I don't think a champion's ever been crowned in I tell a lie, Jacques Villeneuve did, didn't he, back in 97 then. So oh no, and Just B is in the wall. He is in 15th position now. That has damaged the car. It's ripped off the right front part of the car, and that is a big smash there indeed then. Yellow flag and free as Fatty Hennis is on it up at the moment. We've also got Sean Hammers is on the track as well. So is Mars. He is a second of Mars. That is in the 20s. That is in the 20s. That is going to stop him in between the two McLarens. It's going to be the meat and the McLaren sandwich then as he comes through the final corner now as well. Let's see what Maslutz can do then. Here he comes up to the line. Jake Wilson's retired for the session. He's in 10th. He's out. He's out qualified. And all the top 7 now has finished their time. So what about velocity? Another car. That's also Jake Wilson. He's out. He's actually he's gone in the wall of Sky. Oh goodness me then. Here comes Hammers and Fatty Ennis is back in the pits then. So we're just staying on board. If Hammers and his Hammers going to get through. No, he isn't. He's out of qualify as well. So that is our top 10, our first ever top 10 shootout here in the ALR bronze. And we unfortunately Jake Wilson is out of qualifying. So is Sean Hammers. So is Fatty Hennis. So is Collins. And so is Just B. Collins, Just B and Jake have all gone into the Astra of the Astro. I've gone into the Armco barrier at Ascari, unfortunately. So we've had 5 victims so far, haven't we? Goodness me, it's been a brutal qualifying session, hasn't it? I'm not sure if someone could invite Ayrton back in. That would absolutely be splendid stuff. As unfortunately I haven't got the power. I'm not trusted to invite people back in because we'll have all kinds of people in here, like Granty, for example. So anyway, then we're getting ready for qualifying 3. Then this is where it's going to really, up the ante, isn't it? And as you can see, very impressive with my 44 rank there. Brilliant stuff, isn't I? Anyway, let's take a look. Ayrton's back in the session. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Out of qualifying, it's just B, Collins, Fatienes, Sean Hammers, and Jake Wilson. Into qualifying 3. Is Ryan, it's Gunnar, good stuff. We've also got Velocity and F1 Legend, both on the medium compound tyres. And Maslet, Forza, Amazing, Shaihan, Blaz, and Gurnman also has gone through into qualifying 3. Fantastic stuff from all those guys. Well done on the first ever bronze here. So brilliant stuff indeed. Then, so that was a very good start, wasn't it? It's, I'm just trying to just cool myself off as we've got a. Just a quick breakup in the qualifying procedure as we're getting ready for qualifying. Well, I say a quick breakup. We've only got like 2 minutes, haven't we? Not less than that. Then, as we're going to be back into action right now. God, so I'm struggling to commentate on Tuesdays. I don't know what's wrong with me. Oh gosh, it's probably because usually I'm trying to race there, but more I think around about this time I'm out of the race anyway. The race I need to probably got started about 2 minutes ago. Anyway, and let's get into qualifying 3, shall we? We are now 12 minutes to go then to sort out the top 10. Who is going to be the first man to get pole position then for the Bronze League of ALR here in Monza, the first ever event here in Italy, of course, and it is an absolutely historic track, isn't it? I think the Italian Grand Prix has been on the F1 calendar so almost every year, apart from 1 year, isn't it, or something like that, 1951. I'm not sure if that's right or not, if I'm just making that, which I probably am, to be fair. Out of the pits then comes Ryan Matey, then also out of the pits there comes a Gurman as well, then, so this is going to be interesting, isn't it? No more strategies involved now. It's about getting the fastest as you possibly can then. No medium tires, I don't expect. No hard tires here. It's soft tires all the way. You want to go fastest. Who is going to go fastest? And this is, of course, one of the fastest tracks on the calendar in terms of average speed, isn't it? And hopefully you don't get a replay of what happened in the actual Formula 1 race, of course, where they was all queuing up, wasn't they? And they all missed the line apart from Carlos Sainz there. Ryan Matey is really struggling there to get that back end turned in, isn't he? And the back end was just refused to turn in. Everyone's on track at the moment, apart from Gunnar and F1 Legend at the moment then. So then, so we're just on an outlap at the moment. So we're just they're just getting the tires warmed up. Then they're becoming heat engineers at the moment. So they want to get their tires to a proper temperature. They want to get their engine at a cool temperature. They want to get their brakes up and raring to go as well, don't they? And coming into the Ascari chicane now, and let's see then. So it's going to be Ryan Matey. He's going to be the first one to cross that. Also F1 Legend coming out of the pits now. Gunnar's in the pits then. I think F1 Legend is far enough away from anyone, so he shouldn't cause any mischief then. And he also, I think he's got, even though I've got to say this track, you can come up to someone quite quickly, can you? So Ayrton is back in the session. He said, "Thank you, Gunnar." I've also got Darren saying, "ALR Strawberry Blonde is too long now." Indeed, it is. I think it is. I think there are a couple of other ways that you could comment on the ginger, but perhaps we should just leave it there for now, shouldn't we? I mean, it's the first broadcast of bronze. Yes, I don't want to start off on a sour note, do we? Here comes Ryan Matey then, and he is coming through Curva Grande right now then, and let's see then. So he's going to be the first man to attempt to get on pole position then for bronze then. We've also got everyone on track there, apart from Gunnar still, as Gunnar is not interested. Oh, Ryan Matey is invalidated this time now, so he is going to, unfortunately, that's invalidated his time, and so he is going to have to go around again. And so that's his first shot done and dusted. Then the pressure's going to start to mount onto the racing point driver. Gurman is coming out of the first Lesmo as well. Now into the second Lesmo as well. So we're on board then with Gurman as he is coming now down under the old track. Then of course the curb bank is very famous, isn't it? Before riding back over into the Ascari chicane. And let's see what he can do then. He's purple in the second sector, very close. Then of course if you go with the white lines, it can be brutal here. Look at that. He had a snap of understeer halfway through that, but Gurman, my goodness me, brave as a lion, wasn't he? He was not Oh, we got a racing point now. I think, don't worry, I think it's Ryan Matey. Well, I say don't worry, because Ryan Matey might be a bit concerned as he is invalidated his first time, unfortunately. But but at least he is still in here. That is all that matters. So Gurman's gone faster still. What about the Williams team? What about Cheyenne? He has gone faster by 2/10 for a second so far. What about the Toro also? Here comes, no, then I've got the wrong one. It's a Velocity. He has gone into a 19.8. Fantastic time. Blast is only in the 25s at the moment, so he's a little off slightly. Here comes Mason Steele. Oh, he's invalidated his time as well. Mason Steele has then, so he has to go around again. Then here comes Forza Ferrari then, and I think that he would also, of course, with a name like that, even though I think he's Forza McLaren tonight, isn't he? But of course, he is still a Ferrari fan. He loves to do well here, and he is second faster. He is in the 20 still, but a very early 20 as well. Here comes Mazlet's coming through the final turn as well. Car 98 then, also sporting the Ayrton Senna helmet. I'm loving it. Here he comes out of the Parabolica, and let's see what I could do then for Mazlet. He is in fourth position in the Toro. Also, F1 Legionnaire has also come down the back straight, and of course he was slightly against the grain there, wasn't he? Before he comes up into the Parabolica, and let's see what F1 Legend can do at the moment. I got to say he's impressed me so far. I got to say it doesn't take a lot to impress me, but I think that he is a very good racing driver. And look at that, he's not a good racing driver. He's a fantastic racing driver. He has done a 19.363. Fantastic time from F1 Legend. Oh goodness me, Legend gets bolted around quite a lot, quite easily. But my goodness me, we might have a Legend of bronze already after just one race. Goodness gracious me! Here comes Ryan Matey coming out of the final turn as well. He's done an extra lap on the soft tyres, and he goes into 7 fastest. And I think Blas moved out to 4th position. A much better time there for Blas. Here comes Mason Steele, also taking the second by the cherry as well as he's coming down the back straight. Let's see what he is going to do then, as I've got a really itchy foot then. And so once again, I think money's coming in. For me, I'm hoping so anyway. Oh, he's in the pits then, as Gunnar is still starting the pits as well then. So round 1 then, and that has gone to F1 Legendary. And then we got a Velocity on a 19.8 then. My goodness me then, that's a very good start. And here, look at that, 68 comments, my goodness me then. Unfortunately, I haven't got an English degree then, so you've got to have to bear with me with my really poor, I might just have to sound it out a minute, guys. So just having a quick look then. Yeah, it says Ayrton saying thank you. I've got Emerson say just wanted to say a shout out to you and Nosey for putting on the show last minute, getting us all drivers that race week in week out. You do a great job. Thank you ever so much. Appreciate that. Of course, Nosey's the star of the show. I'm just an idiot who just sits on my end of my bed and just talk about drivers going round in circles. But it's more than that, isn't it? It's about talent, isn't it? It's about these guys being absolute heroes. Superman, aren't they? Of course, to be going at this kind of speed is absolutely mesmerising to me. And for a mere mortal like myself, it's great to go on board with some of these drivers and absolutely pound around a historical lap like this. It really is. And Ryan Matey is going around again then. So Ryan Matey there is keeping up the action here tonight, isn't he? Fantastic stuff from Ryan Matey. Brilliant stuff indeed there. As he is now just started lap now then. We've also got then. Oh, good stuff indeed. Just sub to the channel. Brilliant stuff. I am leaked then. Absolutely fantastic stuff indeed there. And yep. We've got a lot of love for the old comic section as well. And I'm very poor at taking compliments. I just get really I go really red like a tomato and just I go, oh thanks. So yeah, a lot of love in the comments. Thank you guys. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed there. But of course, Sarah's. We've also got Becca Jones done as well. And oh, is that a dancer? Looks like me. Oh, I love that. I love a good emoji. We have also it's great stuff, guys. Thank you all there from thank you all you guys there for your kind comments there. Of course, I think as I said, the Nosey's the real hero. I'm just the idiot who just sits here. So we got less than 5 minutes to go. Then Ryan Matey is a 10 for a second down. I wonder if he'll back out and come into the pits. Then we've got a couple of other guys in there now on that lap as well, like Velocity. Like we've also got Gerdman who's just started us up as well, and we are joining him into the first chicane then. So really good stuff indeed. Then as you can see, we've got a couple of guys that really commented on F1 Legend there, hasn't he? He's fantastic so far, isn't he? He is really setting the benchmark, isn't he? Fantastic, he really is. As we're coming down to the second chicane, then 5/10 of a second up. Gurman is as well as he navigates over the chicane and almost going onto the ground, but not quite. Then as it now comes into the first left as well. You can see, look at the shadow under the trees. I bet it's so difficult, isn't it, to find your breaking point, to find your turn-in spot as well. Second Lesmo as well, and not taking too much curb there, staying out of the Astro on turf. DRS right on the money. Smack bang on the money as well then, as he now comes under the bank before rising back up then. 4/10 to a second up in the second sector then. It's a very good time now for Gurnman, isn't it? Of course, Gurnman was faster in the second qualifying session now, so I think that his first attempt was probably not near his best, not by any stretch of the imagination. And here he goes down the back straight and into the parabolica. Let's see what he can do then. Look at that, he's not even touching the 220 miles an hour. That's a fantastic amount of commitment he's doing. He comes up to the line. Where is he? Let's see. He is third fastest then with 3 minutes to go. I wonder if he's going to have a off lap and just trying to do a lot of harvesting. Blast is now starting to lap as well. Velocity is at 3 seconds down then. I think that someone's going to slightly arrive Velocity at the moment. He's Velocity, Gerdman and F1 Legend, the only men in the 90s at the moment. What can Blaz throw his hat in the ring then? And we've also got Mason Steele out there. Always invalidated this time again. Mason Steele is. We'll come back to a Mason Steele in a minute. Hopefully he can get some time as well. Here comes Cheyenne then as he comes out of the pits as well. Blaz is 5 seconds up from somewhere. Goodness me. I think he's took a trip somewhere, hasn't he? So I think Blaz is going to he is not on a quick lap at all, Blaz then. So unfortunately then, so Blaz is going to have another go there. Gurman is also on a out lap as well then, and so is Mason still there. So at the moment then, we've got a bit of a low at the moment then, so let's take stock, shall we? Gunnar still in the pits then, so I wonder if I would say it was Gunnar. No, he's coming out of the pits now then, so Gunnar is out of the pits then. Of course, there's a lot of focus on Gunnar's not being in the red car. It's so much pressure being in the Scarlet Ferrari here on the home soil of the Italian Grand Prix there. Of course, Ferrari used to have 2 home Grand Prix, didn't they? They had the San Marino Grand Prix as well, which I think was closer to their base than this was, I think. Anyway, don't quote me on that. I'm probably wrong on that one, but as I seem to make up a lot of things there, it just sounds right in my head, and if it sounds right, then I kind of say it. Here comes Gurnman, then he's coming out of the final turn as well then. I think he's come back in the pits there. He hasn't got enough fuel on board to go for another run then. So Gurman is done. He is far fast at the moment. Can he stay there is the question. We'll find out in just a few moments as well. So into the pits he comes in. So let's see then. Who's going to do what? And Blast is coming on the final turn as well. And we've also got Racing Punches friend as well. That is Ryan Matey. So Ryan Matey then. This is the final showdown. And look at that, 94 comments. Goodness me, guys, you're absolutely chatterboxes tonight. It's brilliant. I'm loving it. Coming down into the first turn then. This is the first chicane. Of course, this was modified back in 2001. Ryan Matey there getting an awful lot of welly there. To put on the loud pedal a bit too aggressively there. He is going to be on the back foot, isn't he? He's going to lose speed all the way down Kerber Grande coming up to the coming up to the second chicane, I should say. And let's see what he's doing then. Unfortunately, I haven't got any reference there, have I? So because as you can tell, all I do is read stuff out there because I am not otherwise I'm lost without my telemetry. Oh, lovely over the shoulder shot actually here with Ryan Matey. I'm loving that. I love this helmet as well. Look at that. It's a beautiful bit. It feels like a bit of flames coming off that helmet, isn't it? And unfortunately, I think he's backed off slightly. Blaz there is also backed off as well. I've got 40 seconds to go. Remember, you can cross the start finish line before the checker flag falls. You can complete your lap there. So these guys can go for another run. But the question is about the fuel loads. Are they going to have enough in the tank there to have another run? That is going to be the $1 million question, isn't it? There's that Cheyenne then is also on track. Then he is still on it. Let's go. We're on board then as well. Then let's see how many let's see. Sorry, I was reading the comments there. Let's just see what Cheyenne can do then. He's coming out of the parabolic as well, and he's almost out of fuel. He's out of deployment, but let's see. He improves to 5th fastest. Good stuff indeed there from great stuff from Amazing Steel there. I think I'm almost a minute behind, but he's up to 2nd. He's finally got a good timing, hasn't he? And he moved himself up to 2nd position. And look at that, he's only a 10% off. F1 Legend is done. He is done. Oh goodness me! And we've also got Gunnar's done as well. Gunnar's in 10th for this. Ryan Matey looks like he's had another problem there. Oh dear, that's not good at all, is it? So we've got Maz who's on a lap there. We got Blast on lap as well. He's almost taken off there. Forza are flying through the screen as well. Gurnman is also finished well. What about Velocity? He's 2/10 second down as well. And Amazing Steel there is looks like he's cruising to the end. And here comes Forza. Blast to retire for the session. He's going to be 7th on this debut here in bronze. This is his 2nd ALR race. His first one in bronze. So this is the first bronze race. There he comes up to the line as well. And Forza is. Let's see what car 19 can do then. This is the last corner. He's coming out the last corner now as well. Goodness me, he's got so much effort there. Here he comes up to the line. Third fastest, good time there from Forza, fantastic time. What about velocity? No, it's Mazda. Mazda is coming out of the final turn. What's he going to do on board then? Is he going to improve from 8th position? He does. He goes up to 6th fastest. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Ryan Matey then is invalidated his time, unfortunately, so I think that might be it for Ryan Matey. What about Shayran then? Shayran then, as he comes through the final turn as well. Let's see. I think that's it for Shayran as well. And I think that might be it, isn't it? I think it is. Here comes Velocity. He's 8 seconds off the pace set. F1 Legend is on pole position there for the first ever Bronze League race here in Italy. And that is an absolutely, what a way to start off your first league race here in ALR by getting a pole position. Fantastic stuff there from F1 F1 2019. I'm stuck in silver from F1 Legend there. Brilliant stuff indeed then. And yeah, wow, incredible stuff there. Amazing steal there. Wow, he did an absolutely superb job there towards the end, and didn't he? Really did an absolutely splendid job there to get a 10th for a second of F1 Legend. That was, I think, after 2 attempts there on the soft tires as well. Oh, brilliant stuff indeed then. As Lights there is just confirming that the McLaren 1-3. Wow, very good time indeed. Yeah, McLaren are looking at a very strong outfit, and they from the get-go with both Forza and F1 Legend. Pretty good stuff indeed then. Fantastic stuff right from the get-go. My goodness me then, this is going to be very, very good indeed then. As Grant is saying, halfway through the season wow, fair play to these drivers. Brilliant stuff indeed then. 66 hundredths of a second separates the front two on the front row. That is brilliant, isn't it? 4 tenths a second off the pace there was Forza. Then we have Velocity in 4th position and Gurman in 5th. 6th position is Mazda. Shayran is 7th position. Blas in 8th position. Ryan Matey 9th and Gunnar in 10th position. Of course, Gunnar, the fan favourite of ALR, as he's had the most races in gold, doesn't he, with 46. But here today, he's 10th position in. Good stuff there from Gunnar. Good start, and he is looking fresh, isn't he? And hopefully he is ready to get going as well then. And of course there is now then we're getting ready for the race itself. And Grant has already said get ready for turn 1, and we're going to have a safety car. We had some controversy last night in turn 1, didn't we? So it was getting very heated, wasn't it? In the end there. But of course there it is. I don't think this is going to be the first time actually in the all the Italian events where we're not going to have any rain at all. My goodness me, we've had rain affected in both races, didn't we? Albeit yesterday the race was just kind of a light drizzle, wasn't it? But today it looks like we've got no rain at all then, so this is the first time we're going to have a race with no moisture coming out the air. Good stuff indeed then, as we're now just waiting for the drivers there to sort out their standings then, and we'll get going then as well then. As Lights asks, is it raining? I don't think it's raining at the moment then, but the question is, will it be raining when we get going, or is it going to get heavier and all that kind of stuff then? As we're now ready to get going then as well then. So goodness me, 21 guys, it's fantastic, isn't it? So here we go, we got 27 laps around the Italian Grand Prix. As I quickly get me old telemetry up then, and look at that then, we have got a hard run at that as they're coming off first. Well, we got 20 cars on the grid then for the first ever bronze race. No, we haven't. We've lost William, who is not in the race at all, so we've got 18th missing there. So forgive me, everyone. As you can see there, once again, I need to go to Specsavers. I need to adjust my. Is it a mono? Is it a mono? I don't know. It's one of those like just one eyepiece of things there. But anyway, I need to adjust one of those then. But anyway, enough about that in my lack of knowledge of history. 27 laps around Monza then. Let's go through the grid from front to back, from first to 20th then, and we'll look at the tyre strategy as well. On pole position, an F1 Legend, a brilliant start to his career here, and ALR, fantastic start. Second is Amazing Steel. Third position is Forza. Fourth is Velocity. Fifth position is Gernman. Sixth position is Mazlet. Seventh position is Cheyenne. Eighth position is Blas. Ninth position is Ryan Matey, and a 10th position is Gunnar, who's not interested in the formation lap, is he? And then outside the top 10, this is where the drivers can choose whatever tires they want to start. Jake Wilson in 11th position. Sean Hammer is in 12th position. Fatty Hennes in 13th position. Again, a lovely shot of the helmet there. Collins in 14th position. Just B is in 15th position. Ayrton in 16th position there. 17th is Curly Red. 18th is Reaper. No, he's 19th. And 20th is Energetics as well. Hard tires for Reaper. He's the only man on the hard compound tires. And then we've also got F1 Legend on the medium and Velocity on the medium. So everyone else in the top 10 on the softs. And then we have also got soft tires for Just B and Curly Red as well. Those are the tire strategy. We're on board board with Energetic said. This is F1 legend, and this is his pole position. First ever pole position here in Monza. And you can see a couple of guys have beat him to the line then. And this is what it feels like to be on pole position in Monza there. One of the longest runs down into turn one. As Granny said, it's going to be an interesting turn one. Is there going to be safety cars? Is there going to be tears? Well, we're going to find out then. There is always tears somewhere along the lines of any F1 race. So I am expecting some amazing action there. So hold your on tight, everyone. I hope you'll sat comfortably. Make sure you're not on the edge of your seat because you might fall off with the excitement that's building out. As Reaper and Energetics there just coming up to the line as well then. 27 laps. And 27 laps. And we'll be going in just a few moments time then, and we'll be getting ready to go racing. Energetics then, 20 position then. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a pause, and then we, of course, there's traditional ALR start where I'm always behind everyone, which is just basically standard stuff for me. We'll be going in just a few moments, and you can see that there we go, and it's a good start there for F1 Legend. Now look at this, there we've already got a couple of look. Mazda already in front. Mazda's up to 4th. He's had a fantastic stuff. We've got through a breast, going down into turn one. Amazing still. Oh, there's a sandwich. He got debris. Oh goodness me! He's like a sardine in there. That's Forza up at the second position. Amazing Steel is taking the lead here in Monza. Have they all gone away? I think they have, even though there is a bit of debris that's flying around there. Oh goodness me, this is going on with Kermit Grandy on the outside. Amazing Steel's under attack as they come down to the second chicane, and Amazing Steel still leads. It's through. Oh, they're going across the grass. F1 Legend takes the lead. The Italian Grand Prix. Amazing Steel in second position. Then third position is Forza. Mazda in third in the fourth. Fantastic Cheyenne. Jake is up in the sixth position. Fantastic start for Jake. He's come through and feel like a hard on through bar. He's lost an end plate now. Velocity in seventh position. Gunnerman in eighth position. We got retirement. Just B is all the race in the first I suppose. Oh my goodness me, we've got yellow flags and it's a virtual safety car as well. And there was a lot of debris floating up and down. And F1 Legend there has kept all his pieces in the right direction. Now, of course, it was getting very robust at the front there, wasn't it? But they all seem to have got away with it just about then. I'm wondering if we might see a lot of wing changes because of there was a lot of debris floating about them. It's a virtual safety car, so what this means is that they must adhere to the time on their steering wheel. So you cannot go in the red. Oh, it doesn't matter because now we're back green, we're back racing. Mazda's got by, and look at him, he's flying for the field. Isn't he? Mazda's on a fantastic start. He's had 4 positions already. Oh, look at that, 2 by 2 by 2 to those arc. Oh, now it's through a burst going down into turn one. Forza's at the inside. Oh, goodness me, Mazda's on the outside. Amazing Steel's on the inside. They're going into turn one. Mazda is flying. Amazing stuff indeed, but Amazing Steel's got the inside line coming into Kermit Grande. Oh, my goodness, wait a and this is incredible stuff indeed. Amazing Steel in the south starting to pull away, or is he? We're on board with Forza. Look at this, let's get Mazda is all over the back of Amazing Steel. They come into the chicane once again now. Oh, look at the back. Oh, that was not fair. Almost taken off there, wasn't he? Jake Wilson's on the fantastic. Cheyenne's dropping down the order, isn't he? Cheyenne's dropping down into 8th finish now. There's Gouda. It's having a look there, coming into the first on Lesbos as well. And now we've also got Ryan Macy as well. And we've got Sean Hammers is having a problem there. And Ayrton is also up into 15th position as well. Energetic 16th. Reaper 17th. But Blast is on the pole. Sorry, down to 18th position as well. Oh, we've lost Gouda. Gouda's out. Oh, that's a big smash. That's a big smash there for Gouda. That's the Ferrari out of the race. That's both in this event. Both Ferraris won a terrible event, haven't they? Oh, it's Fatih Hennes is dropping down into 12th position there with Collins getting through as well, and I was expecting a safety car actually there as Velocity is now over the 6th position. Oh my goodness me, look at them all, and now they're coming into oh my goodness me, they're coming into the parabolic F1 Legendary is actually starting to line the time machine. My goodness me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars there. It's all in, but it's all in between each other as well. Look at this, there's Forza, no that is Forza, there's Velocity, it's Jake Wilson, it's Goodman, it's also Shannon there as well. Oh goodness me, oh this is getting very feisty. I'm loving it, the gloves are off there in the opening race of bronze, and this is a fantastic start, isn't it? Wow, and brilliant stuff indeed then. I'm loving this. This is great. And Jake still in 6th position. He is doing a fantastic job out there. It's 1 lane down. Oh, that's there's so I thought someone was off in the gravel there. Not quite in good stuff for such things. Very different. Oh goodness me, and there's a Williams there just coming up from underneath her rear wing. Oh no, he's had a Vettel. He's had a Vettel. Cheyenne who's gone off the track there, and he's dropping all the way down there. He's got to be careful to come back on the track there as well. There's a red ball off. That's Cody Reynolds. Oh, we want to shut to the back is Ayrton and Reaper there sort of cut the blows then, and oh goodness me, then the second chicane then we've got 2 retirements then in this race, and hopefully they might calm down a bit. Excuse me. F1 Legend is 2 seconds in front at the moment, and so we got Mazda in third position on a fantastic start. Oh, Forza there, going onto the gravel, they're going very wide. Oh, Gernman is very, it's all over the back of Jake Wilson. Jake Wilson's got up 5 positions on a fantastic start. Energetic is also at 7 position as well. Unfortunately, Blast is all the way down at 17th position there. Trouble seems to find Blast, doesn't it? And now he's going up the inside. He has passed as Jake. He moves up into 6th position there. Gernman does. He's on the soft compound tires. We've also got Sean Hammers now getting past Cheyenne as well. Oh, and Cheyenne coming back up and under. This is incredible stuff. And now there's going to be a drag race all the way down. And Jake Wilson is absolutely lightning in a straight line. He really is that. And he is back up in front of Gurman as well. And they're going side by side coming down to Cheyenne. And this is Cheyenne and Sean Hammers out. Cheyenne's through. Cheyenne's over to 11th position there. Hammers is down into 12th position there. And Energetics is also behind his teammate as well. Remember, Haas was cruelly robbed of points last night when they had a fantastic race there on the intermediate tires. So hats off to them for getting those intermediates all the way to the way they did that. There was a lap short then, and Gurman has lost both end plates there, hasn't he? As he's coming into the first. Oh my goodness me! And wow, he caught Jake Wilson and went over. Jake Wilson's got back up and under. It's cool as a cucumber, and he's back up in the 6th position there as well. Oh, but we now got a train forming, haven't we, behind Jake Wilson, haven't we? As they come down, and as they come up into the Escar chicane. Oh my goodness me, we're on board via Matey. Oh no, wait, there's going to be 3 abreast as they're going up into the Escar chicane. And now as Gurman is through up into 6th position there, and he has passed the Alfa Romeo, who's dropped on 7th position. Ryan Matey there is just behind him as well. Goodness me, then as they've got to say they've got their elbows out here tonight, haven't they? Wow, and this is incredible stuff, isn't it? Now Ryan Matey has now gone up the inside of Jakey. No, it's Matey, isn't it? Right, but Ryan Matey has gone it's gone a bit wide then. But Jake is now in 8th position as well as Mazda has dropped down the order because Forza has moved up into moved up to 3rd position. Good 17. Fatty Hennis has moved up into 6th position. Good 17 then. Into the pits comes there's a lot of pit activity here. It's Gurman, Wilson and Ryan there was all 3 abreast, wasn't it? Now they're fighting each other in the pit lane. Collins is also going on the inside. That's a day and a dollar short there from Collins on the Cheyenne there. We only caught the end of that, so I might be completely wrong there, which I almost certainly am. Yeah, that looked like a day and a dollar short there from Collins there, and Collins also got damage out to the end plate as well. Both Haas are now 9th and 10th finish there of Energetics and Sean Hammer as well, and good stuff indeed there from the Haas. They're just getting themselves through the field nice and calmly then. Wilson there coming out of the pits now. He's down in 17th position. 2 retirements so far. Gunnar out and also Just Be out as well. Gap at the front is 1.4 seconds at the moment, but F1 Legend is on the medium tires. Amazing Steel is on the soft tires as well then, and we've also got Mazda and Forza who are very close together. But this is the close battle on track at the moment then. And I've got to say, I look like I'm having a shower then. I am absolutely... as Collins there is having to just defend the inside line coming into the Ascar chicane. And he's had a very good run actually on the Ascar chicane, hasn't he? Look at him, he's now starting to gain there on the Williams there, Cheyenne then. As Cheyenne there is going to defend, go to the... Parabolica! I didn't think we probably thought he didn't need to defend it, but Collins there really has got a slippery go. Look at that behind him. That was curly red there. And he's also, and that's also Sean Hammers as well. And oh my goodness me, Cheyenne there. And Collins are getting very close to a comfort. Too close for more like him. Goodness me, then they're very close then. But now Collins up the inside. Cheyenne breaks much later. Collins is on the inside. Cheyenne on the outside. And oh goodness me, they're interlocking wheels there, aren't they? Oh, he's on the ground there. And now he's going to allow Energetics to go through. He's going to go on the outside of Curva Grande. No, the Renault there parking right in the middle of the racetrack there. Good stuff indeed then as they come out of Curva Grande once again then. And we've got a ghost. It's Collins there, just a ghost not there slightly. And oh my goodness me, he's gone deep into the second chicane and he's also lost a bit of momentum there, but it's actually the second half of Sean Hammers there. And Mazda has got in front of Forza. He has got back in front of Forza. Mazda is back up in the first position. That man's got a slippery car, hasn't he? My goodness me, he flies, doesn't he? Off the corners there. And let's see if we can stay in front now as well. It's getting very tight here in this battle in the midfield, isn't it? Of course, remember Silver has some amazing battles in the midfield, but this is incredible stuff, isn't it? I'm loving this. This is absolutely fantastic stuff. Brilliant stuff as we're back on board then with Curly Red at the moment, and as he is just 11th position and oh goodness me. If I was Curly Red, I would have had to change my underwear now because I thought he was going in the wall. Wow, sir. Hats off to him there. Yellow flag free because I think Blas is not hard at all. He's in the gravel, Blas is. Oh dear. And he is on the soft tires. damaged the car. He's just coming off the grass now. And we've also got Cheyenne there. Is Blaz still? I think he's got. Cheyenne's in the pits. What is his teammate? What's his teammate doing? Has he got damaged? No, Blaz is all right there. He just needs to. He just needs to make sure the tires are not screaming too much. And hopefully he will stop spinning as well. We're on board then with Forza at the moment. As Mazda there and getting very is getting, I've got to say, he was doing his best impression of that Renault Megane advert, wasn't he? But Mazda there is really getting a bit shaky. Ayrton's got, I think that's the first time penalty, isn't it? I apologise if it's not, but that's the first one I've noticed. But do not take that as gospel, because I don't notice much, to be fair. As you said in qualifying, I only noticed a Mason Steele one up to second. And look at this Forza back up into third position. This is a great battle between. And Forza there just kind of nudged him out of the way there. So I just think Forza getting his elbows out there, wasn't he? Good stuff indeed there. Sean is now in 9th position with Curly Red in 10th position as well. There is Reaper, who's in 11th position, and he's on the hard tires. The only man who's starting on the hard tires, we've also got Jake Wilson and Sean, who's also on the hard tires as well. Lap 8 out of 27 at the moment. This race has absolutely flown by so far, hasn't it? Riga 17. I'm actually saying it's absolutely beautiful weather here. It's not absolutely fantastic. It really is. I'm loving that indeed there, of course. A bit of sunshine, and we all love a bit of sunshine. Oh, goodness me there. As look at that, Maz is now up into third position there, and Forza's dropping down into fourth. And we're on board there with the McLaren driver, and we'll leave them to it, shall we? Because they seem to be in their own party, aren't they? And during a party, frees a crowd, but frees a party, isn't it? And now there's Energetic has got by. No, it's Ozzy. He has. Oh, goodness me, they're going around, but they're fine. And also Collins and Sean Hammers there is also battling away as well. Oh my goodness me, now he's in the slipstream of Energetics, isn't it? They come through. Curb Grande. Is he going to get through? He's 2/10 of a second back then as he's having a look there. Energetics shuts the door. Energetics is up from 20th on the grid into 6th there. Charles, I should have mentioned that earlier on, really, but so much action's gone on that he almost went in undetected. And look at that, look who's gone through there. That's Curly Red. Oh, damage up to the cars. That was damage there. That was end play. Oh, it's gone flying off in front of us. That just shows the velocity and all the violence and all the energy that is going on in these Formula 1 cars, isn't it? It may not look like it sometimes on the onboards, but my goodness me, there's so much energy, there's so much speed, isn't it? Here they come. They're coming up to the Ascari chicane once again. 3-second penalty for Faditas out the inside. Curly Red, he takes track position. Collins has dropped down. Collins has damaged the end play. There's a lot of wings there that are not fully functional at the moment, so there's a lot of debris out there. There's going to be a lot of souvenirs there for fans as well, isn't it? Is that Ryan Matey has got by too? I'll figure out and let him by there. Curly Red is now up the inside. Oh, that's he's gone deep. He's gone very deep there, hasn't he? Now Collins has gone back up and under. He is back in 8th position. Curly Red is dropping down to 9th position, but this is not over yet, is it? And look at this, that is Curly Red flying, isn't he? He is definitely in the red zone, isn't he, in terms of the power. Look at him, he is so hot at the moment. He is flying as he goes back in the slipstream. So come down into turn 1 then, and it's as you were at the moment then. These curves there, as I just in a comment there. Yeah, the chicane of death there. Yeah, these chicanes are very brutal to say the least, aren't they? Unfortunately, the Scar chicane is also very brutal as well. Blast has found out in a couple of other drivers as well. Curly Red, we're on board with now then as he is chasing down Collins. Collins doing a good job as well. There's a lot of good race out there at the moment. And look at this, and it's a Gurnman. It's gone up in through 30th position. He passes out and Ayrton dropping down into 14th position there in the racing points as well. And Gurman now trying to make his way back up through the field after making an early pit stop then. As look here, Sean Hammers there is dropping off the back. Oh, that's it out for a Romeo. That's Wilson. Wilson's had a problem there, and I think he's just get back up to speed. Forza's back in front of Mazda as well. Mazda going very wide then. It's out on the soft tires. When is the soft tires going to have to come in the pits then? When these guys on the soft tires going to come in? As F1 legend there and a Mason Steele are just yo-yoing around at the moment. And look at this, Mazda's back out the inside. He takes track position, or does he? Because Forza's not giving up the. Oh goodness me! And Forza there is just giving him just about a track width, not much more, not much less either. This game is all about inches. Look at velocity there. He is actually just very calmly catching from the back there as well, isn't he? Some of these guys are really starting to battle very hard then as well. Lap 10 out of 27. Then we got 17 laps to go. Then when is the pit stop strategy? When is the strategy going to come into play? Then that is the question. Oh goodness me, fantastic stuff then from the opening couple of laps in this race, and it's been absolutely manic, hasn't it? Lovely shot here from Maz then as we're on board with the Toro Rosso, as young lights there supporting the Toro Rosso team as well in there, as we've got a lot of essays in the comment section, so we'll leave yeah, I think we'll leave it be for the minute then, as we just say, look, that is yeah, good stuff indeed then. And we're back on board then with the Toro Rosso team, and oh, look at this, there's Forza's in a bit of trouble then as they're coming down the back straight, and then look left, that's Forza going down, it's on the outside then, is Velocity going to go on the inside? Not quite, oh, he spun it, and oh, his team has to take a base of action then, oh dear, I wonder if he tapped the rear wing of the, the rear of Forza and made him spin there, and his meter tires going to be screaming, and into the pits comes Massa, and he is on the soft tires at the moment, so he's coming into the pits and let's see then, what tires going to go on, is he going to go on the medium, or is he going to go on the hard compound tire? We're going to find out now then, and he's in the pits then, so look at this, look at how quickly the pit stops are, it's absolutely magical, isn't it? Look at that, in and out, shaking all about, that's fantastic. Oh, Curly Red's got a 5-second penalty there for speed in the pits then, and they're side by side, Collins in, or Fatty Ennis, Collins is up into 6th position, Fatty Ennis is dropping down to 7th, Collins is through, and up into 6th position then, we've got a lot of overtaking opportunities going on that, aren't we? Sean Hammers is up into 8th position, Mazda is on the medium tires, he's the first of the men to pit, and Gerdman is, oh, Gerdman's gone off, he's gone off, and he's had to take the escape route, he's done 3 seconds as well, which I gotta say he did, oh, Ryan Matey there is going back through, that's very gentlemanly though from Gerdman, hats off to him as well, very good stuff indeed then from a Gerdman, I'm liking that, good a bit of sportsmanship there, brilliant stuff indeed. Mazda now all over the back of Sean Hammer's head, and of course Mazda is the first of the men to pit then, and look at that, that's brand new, that's a brand new spanking pair of tyres then, or shall I say quad of tyres, and he is up to 8th position then, he is past into the pits comes who is it, Amazing Steel is in the pits, and he's done 11 laps on the soft tyres, he might be going on to the medium tyres as well then, so from that then, I would say that F1 Legend probably come to the pits, and as Ayrton gets a penalty, as you can see once again, and look how quick these pit stops are, it's fantastic, isn't it? Like less than 2 seconds, absolutely brilliant stuff there, as Velocity is now in 2nd position there, of course he's on the same strategy as F1 Legend there, as I look at this, as Energetics is also in 3rd position. Well, remember, he just do a half spin there, he would be further up the road I feel if him and Forza didn't come to blows. Forza's coming on the pits now, where's Mazda? What about the undercut? There he is, look at this, and Mazda's through, he's through the not lap there, it's been absolutely good for Mazda, he's past Forza, but it feels to me that battle is far from over. On board then with Gerdman, oh Gerdman, he's going to go over the end, oh my goodness me, and wow, it's a Reaper there, it's down there, oh he's also slammed the door shut there, hasn't he, Reaper, I think that was Reaper, wasn't it? I think it was Reaper then, it's a Ryan Matey there, is now in 11th position as well then, Reaper's done 11 laps on those hard tires, and I'm not sure the hard tires is probably the best race tire, is it, at this stage of the race at the moment then, but we got, oh goodness me, Ryan Matey's just gone into the back of Reaper, he's damaged the end plate, and that is, I'm not sure if he misjudged his break point of Reaper broke earlier, he is on the hard tires, so we've got to be very mindful of that, don't we? Of course the hard tires, the most durablest of the 3 compound tires, we've got 3 tires at every event, and if anyone watched Formula 1 from yesterday, remember we had the we had basically all the colours of the rainbow, didn't we? It's Amazing Steel's back up in the 3rd position there. He is back up in the 3rd, then he passes Energetics, and Amazing Steel there is doing a very fine job there, isn't he? Really good stuff indeed then. So we've also got Chiron, who's gone in front of Ayrton as well, and moved. Oh, it's Ayrton going onto the grass there. Ayrton dropping down there. Oh, we got a red ball. We got Gerdman is off the track. Gerdman is out of the race there. Jake's got a 3-second penalty as well. And Gerdman's on virtual safety car. We got a virtual safety car. He's damaged the car. Fatty Ennis is starting to roll the dice, coming to pits. Gerdman is out of race. He has left the session. What a shame there for the Red Bull driver. And he is unfortunately hit the scar chicane. Oh, 5-second penalty there for Reaper then. And the Mercedes mechanics are having to wait, haven't they? Of course, they got a marker on the pit lane. Oh, maybe it's a slow pit stop actually. Yeah, maybe I'm just making up as I go along, ain't I? So he's coming out of the pits there. Ryan Matey's come back in the pits as an unscheduled stop. When you're on the virtual, when you got the virtual safety car, if you come in the pits, you of course don't lose as much time, because when you're in the pit lane, the virtual safety car delta time doesn't matter, and you're quicker in the pits. It's simply red. Curly Red there is up into 11th position. I said that before we came on the show, that I'm going to call him Simply Red every now and again. Of course, I'm a big Simply Red fan. He's the most famous ginger apart from John Honorisa, as we're on board there with Forza at the moment, and as he is in 7th position. But of course, they're still adhering to a Delta at the moment, aren't they? And no then, because they're back racing once again. DRS has been enabled, and we're back racing as we're about distance in this epic Monza Grand Prix. No Italian Grand Prix here in Monza. And now Collins has got Mars all over the back of him, hasn't he? Oh, it's a Mars up there. I felt the back end going there, but Forza is back in the park, isn't he? These two can't leave each other alone. This is fantastic race. I'm enjoying this. Oh, Mars has got off the track slightly, but Forza is through back up in the 6th position there. But Mars might actually be able to get back in front of him because he'll have the DRS zone, won't he? The DRS detection, and he will be on the label to get the DRS. Now he does have DRS, and so does the McLaren, and so does McLaren. Look at this. There's a Collins out defended. Oh, goodness me! Oh my goodness, that was such velocity there, and a Forza, and it's a awful smash there. He went through the barrier, was shut there, and I'm not sure if they were weaving or what then, but that looked very aggressive on the start-finish straight, didn't it? A lot of aggressive driving. Their virtual safety car again. I'm not surprised on a full safety car. Forza and Collins are getting very too close for comfort there, and there was a lot of weaving there, wasn't there, on the straight there, so I think that might have to be investigated after the race, possibly. Of course, if any drivers so sees fit, then Collins is at the moment. Then it's just probably checking. He's in AI mode there. He is just checking to see what is occurring. Then who's got the penalties and who's got what. That's very good. That's a very good idea. That is. I wish I had the brain capacity to do that. The comments there is. It's lighting up there with that huge smash there from Forza. That was a scary old incident as Collins got a 3-second penalty then. We're back racing here in Monza. The gap in the front is 23 seconds between F1 Legend and Velocity. Of course, F1 Legend hasn't pitted yet, and nor is Velocity either. As I'm struggling to as I'm struggling to catch my breath, and this is a fantastic race, isn't it? Lap 15 into the pits comes Energetics, and he is in the pits, and he's on the medium compound tires. He is now going to switch to the soft tires, I think he is. He is indeed on the Haas mechanics. Get to work then. Hopefully they're doing a lot better than what they used to do in Mal, but brilliant stuff. It's like clockwork, isn't it, as he comes out the pits now. Oh, goodness me then. Who is this? This is Fatty Headhead's going on the outside of the parabolica. Oh, it's Cheyenne trying to stay on the inside there. You can see, look at him adjusting the wheel there in the Rocket Williams. And now he's going to have the slipstream then, and then as Fatty Ednes there is coming, they're going side by side then as they come down then into the chicane then, and I think Cheyenne should be through. He's up into 8th position. He is up into 8th position now, and Fatty Ednes will be disappointed, but he's on the soft tires, which in theory he's quicker on the road. Oh, as Cheyenne there is going to have to do the power there, isn't he? There's I think I'm sure it's the Ferrari there, but both Ferraris are out of the race there. William there did have a DNS there, and Gunnar had a big old smash there, didn't he, on the opening couple of laps there, as he comes he's over Curva Grande, he's up the inside, he passes Cheyenne, and he moves up into 8th position. Stupendous bit of driving there from Fatty Ennis. He is up into 8th position. Brilliant stuff indeed there. Cheyenne is down in 9th then in the Williams. He's on the hard tires. That should get him to the end of the race there. The question is, how quickly is that going to get him to the end of the race? That is going to be the question then. And Curly Red then is 5 seconds back at the moment. He's on the medium tires as well. The gap at the front is 22 seconds at the moment. His F1 Legend there, it seems to be all by himself, isn't he, at the moment? Looks like we've got another Glock on our hands, don't we? He is looking very strong there at the moment, isn't he, F1 Legend? And he has got a 22-second lead over Velocity, who's second. Both those guys haven't pitted yet. Amazing Steel has pitted, and on one, F1 Legend did have a bit of a lead there, didn't he? So I think it was a yellow flag in sector 2, because that's a Toro Rosso. That's a Toro Rosso who is come a cropper. I think it was Velocity. I think Velocity might have come a cropper somewhere. I don't look in terms of times. He has lost a second there, but perhaps that yellow flag was just a decoy. Back on board with Sean Hammers at the moment, and he's a second away from Curly Red at the moment, who is 5 seconds away from Cheyenne as well. Curly Red at the moment then is on 5 on both tires, and I think Cheyenne is going to be more interested in the car in front than the car behind at the moment. But Fatty Ennis is now starting to get his F1 Legend's got 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. The race leader's got a 5-second penalty. Is that going to be a problem then in the race? And in the final results, we'll find out. He's looking for his McLaren mechanics are all in blue, as he is now swung to the soft compound tires, the fast tires as well. Can F1 Legend get a grand slam then, as he's coming back out of the pits as well? Velocity is also coming in the pits as well. Well, it looks like that F1 Legend now is got almost the pit straight there, hasn't he? As you can see, there's a racing point just in front of us there. I can't see if that is Ayrton or Ryan, but it's one of them two just in front as well. As Mason Steele is only 4 seconds back at the moment. As it stands, I think F1 Legend will still win this race because Mason Steele has penalties as well. Out of the pits comes Velocity. Maz has been incredible, hasn't he, in this race? He's had an amazing battle with Forza. Unfortunately, Forza's out of the race. Look at this. Collins, who's done 16 laps on this on the medium tires. Fastest lap then for Energetics. Is Collins going to try and come out in front of? Oh, he's might misjudged his breaking point now. Collins has it. He's goodness me, he's bouncing over the curbs. Fatty Ennis is really gaining on Wilson now. Wilson is he going to defend? No, because Fatty Ennis is too quick at this stage of the race. On the soft tires, he's at the inside. He passes Wilson and he moves up into. Oh, give him a bit of a nutsack on the chicane then. So Fatty Ennis is on his way and he's up in 7th position. The next car is Energetics. He's on the soft tire as well. He's got 2 laps younger soft tires. Energetics has, but I think Energetics will be looking at Collins then, who is not too far behind. Hammer has had a Sean Hammers has had a very eventful last sector, hasn't he? He's not less than a second there. It's Curdy Red there. It's really struggling this moment. Sean Hammers is going on the outside. He's going to have a Alonso-esque kind of manoeuvre, is he? Oh my goodness me, that would have been a fantastic manoeuvre. It just didn't pay off. Wow, that would have been an absolutely amazing move there on the outside of the Red Bull. That would have been brilliant. Remember, Fernando Alonso had an amazing move, didn't he? On the outside of I think it was Mark Webber, was it back in 2013, the Italian Grand Prix, or 2012? I can't remember. Wilson's got Collins there is also dropped down behind Energetics as well. I think going back to this battle here then, and this is the battle for the final point. And look at this, Sean Hammers there having to turn into the slide there so he doesn't spin there. Oh goodness me, there as now then we're coming into the power block, and look at the background. That is Blas. He is on this. Collins is in the pits and with just 10 laps to go. Then he is going onto the soft compound tires then, and let's see where that's going to pull him out in the end. Then he is still coming out of the pits and he's dropping down the order, but he's Renault released him. He's also changed the nose cone as well on that Renault then. At the moment, both Renaults then are down in 12th and 15th at this present moment in time. As next, they come down to the as Forza's left the session there, unfortunately. Almighty smash there with Forza, and I think it was Collins, wasn't it? A violent shunt. He went through the bar, didn't he? I bet the G-force on that was absolutely scary stuff. It really was, wasn't it? On board then with Sean Hammers there at the moment, and Curdy Red is just in front. Yellow flag, because Collins is off. Collins has gone off at Curva Grande. F1 is set the fastest off a virtual safety car, and that's just coming into the Curva Grande there. So that's an interesting place to retire the car, isn't it? So I'm not sure what's happened there. Ayrton is not far away there from the points there. His first points in his debut, and I'm wondering then if is he come under. I'm not sure about that one. I don't know what's happened there. I'm not sure about a lot of things. So there we go. Yeah, that's a shame there for Collins, isn't it? He is out of the race then, and he is our 5th retirement in this race then, and so that's a shame there for Collins then, and he is going to have a short walk back to the pits then. As both Toro Rossos are getting very close, as Maz in the 3rd position and Velocity in 4th position. And this is the closest battle on track at the moment with Blas there, just very ominously peering in the background as well. As into the pits comes as a Collins session. Jake is in the pits then. He's had 12 laps on the medium tires. I think the medium tires, so I think he wasn't feeling that he was going to get enough time out of him. So he's on the soft tires as well. Wilson is. He's in and out then. Perhaps he can get some points later on in this race, and we'll find out then. Let's see what we can do there. At the moment. Oh, and look at that. That's a lot of lock there for Sean Hammers, and Sean Hammers has now got a 3-second penalty as well. Blas is now starting to look like a shark in the water, and he is coming for that 9th position then as it comes through Curva Grande. Once again, Velocity is gaining on his teammate. It's now 1.5 seconds back as well. There's a lot of battles starting to really start to materialise with just under 8 laps to go in this Italian Grand Prix. F1 Legend has been absolutely legendary at the start of this Bronze League, hasn't he? It's just a sign of things to come. Of course, we've owned this championship. It's only 9 races long, isn't it? So it's a short championship. There's not much of a long game in this one. You kind of got to make hay whilst the sun is shining. Fatty Ennis has got a 3-second penalty in the he's in the Mercedes, isn't he? Oh my goodness, Blas is now going to go on the inside into your scar chicane. He passes Sean Hammers and he is through and up into 9th fence. So Blas is on his way. Oh yeah, he's gone off the track and he has to correct the understeer. And Blas there is to honestly did a good job there not to try and like keep going there, because if he kept going he would have been in the wall, I think. So well done to Blast there for catching it, but he's in 10th position at the moment for the Williams team, isn't he? His teammate Cheyenne is on the hard tyres there. He is in 7th position there. He's done first laps on those hard tyres, so his hard tyres should get to the end, but whether it's going to be a pace advantage or not, we'll find out. Sean Hammers there is also gaining on the Curly Red as well. Curly Red doing a good job actually. He's struggling. I would say he's struggling for pace out there, but he's doing a good job to keep Sean Hammers and Blast behind him at the moment. There, Jake Wilson's a bit too far back, I think, to make any headway at the moment. That's what 12 seconds looks like in Monza. Look at that, it's an absolute age, isn't it? He's so far behind, isn't he? Velocity there is another as fast as up there for F1 2019. Oh, goodness me! And a short average there is having an awful mighty amount of opposite lock there, and he has to correct the oversteer there. That was a very scary problem there for Sean Hammers there, but he's still going in, he's still going on, he is still pushing on. We're on board down with Blast and half a second to go now. Oh, goodness me! Velocity is less than a second behind as well. He'll be gaining down the pitch. I'm not sure who to look at. Let's look at Blast. Let's look at Sean Hammers. Sean Hammers is in trouble then. I know he's going to go on the inside, but I know Sean Hammers there is doing a bit of Matrix style there. He just disappeared. Mars has dropped down the 4th position because Velocity has moved past his teammate. He's up in the 1st position. Has he got the pace there to get after a Mason Steele then? Velocity has got a 16-second gap then. I think that's a bit too big then for Velocity, but we'll find out. We'll keep an eye on that, but I think that might be the final position then. If it stays the same, of course, then anything can happen in Monza. We could have a safety or could have anything. It's an old school track, isn't it? As we're back on board Blast, and he's 3/10 of a second away from Curly Red. Then Curly Red can sense Blast coming, can he? Now he's going to go on the outside. Look how much more braver on the brakes Blast is. That's because he is. I would say that's because of the tire life. It's not. I think Blast is just feeling very confident at this stage of the race, isn't he? He's got the bit between his teeth and come through Curva Grande, and now then it's Curly Red. Then oh goodness me! I love this Curly Red just going to the squeeze. And my goodness me, that's a lot of squeeze, then, isn't it? And he comes down into the second chicane as well. Blast is through. Blast is up to 8th position, and he is now just how many seconds behind his teammate? 5 seconds behind then. As Sean Hammers is on the outside. There's contact. He is fun. He's in the wall. Curly Red is. He has damaged the Red Bull, and oh dear. And I think he's damaged the car as well. Where is it? Wilson? Wilson's coming back as well, and that's a shame now for Sean Hammers and Curly Red. I gotta say that happened to me actually a couple of weeks ago in a different league race. So yeah. But luckily this was quite a long way into this race. Unfortunately for me, I cause all kinds of mischief and chaos, which is basically what I normally do. So yeah, but unfortunately for Curly Red, then he's out of the points as well. Then as I think Sean Hammers is just trying to make hay whilst the sun was shining. He's seen the he's seen an opportunity and he went for it, didn't he? Jake Wilson's now up into 8th position as well. Then Curly Red is down into 11th position. He's got damage on the car as well. Ryan Matey is now getting onto the back of his teammate Ayrton as well. It's the close battle on track at the moment. And whilst we're watching the two Pink Panthers, the two racing points, let's take stock, shall we? We're on lap 22 out of 27. Yellow flag, because Reaper has gone off. He's doing a bit of grass cutting there. Beautiful bit of tail whipping there from Reaper. He is down in 40th position at the moment. And let's take stock then. 23 then. F1 Legend leading by almost 10 seconds. Fantastic. Amazing Steel is into the pits. Amazing Steel is said. So this is interesting. This Ayrton there is he's in the 9th position. Ayrton is. He potentially could get some points in this race, couldn't he? Ayrton, and if things turn out the way that if Lady Luck is shining, he's in 12th position at the moment. And also Reaper's in the pits as well. Amazing Steel is coming in and out then. Reaper's retired from the race then, and look at this then, as Curly is just coming out of the pits as well then. So Velocity is now up into 2nd position. Third position is Mazlet. 4th position is Energetics. Where's Mason Steele? He's come out in 5th position then. So I'm wondering why he's done that. Is because he's just thrown away 2nd position, or has he? Or well, we'll find out as well. So there's a Renner there who's just retiring as well as Reaper then. That's both Renners out of the race, unfortunately. With just a handful of laps to go then. It might be because potentially he felt it was a bit vulnerable with Velocity coming out, and then at such Velocity as well. Then of course the puns get worse as the season goes on, guys. So that's just going to get worse and worse. And Energetics is now coming to the back. We've got yellow flag in 1. As I have apologies, guys. I've been so focused on everything else. What's going on in 1? Not a lot. So yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, it's the Renault. Sorry, it's the Renault that just parking out of the way. Then is that is a Reaper's car just getting off the track, and he is done, unfortunately. And so, yeah, at the moment, let's take a look then. F1 Legend leads the race by 25 seconds out from Velocity in second. Mars in third position. Both Toro Rossos are looking very strong at this stage of the race, isn't he? Fantastic stuff. Energetic in full position from the back of the grid up into fourth, and possibly my driver of the day, if that's worth anything. Fifth position is Amazing Steel then. He is only 2 seconds back from this battle here. Fatih Hennes is in sixth position with Cheyenne seventh. Eighth position is Blaz. Ninth position is Sean Hammers. 10th position is Wilson. Just outside the points bonus is Ryan in 11th position. Ayrton in 12th position, and Curly Red is in 13th position. That is the full field then. We'll go for the retirements just 3 minutes because Energetics is going on the inside. Mars is breaking much later, but I think the soft tires is just too much for Master of Power at this stage, and Energetics is on his way. He's on the rostrum. He's on the podium then with just a handful of laps to go as they come through Kerber Grande, and there's a Red Bull there of Curly Red then in 13th position then. He's the only Red Bull left in this race. Retirement, so we've had Reaper just retired. We have Collins retired as well. Forza Vascario Shunt on the start finish straight. We've also had Gurman out of the race. We have Gunnar and Just P also retired then from this Italian Grand Prix. On board Energetics, you can see his next target is not in front of him actually. It's the car in front of that, and that is a Velocity. But it's going to be difficult for him to keep up because of Velocity has just come in the pits there. And he's got 2 laps younger tires. This man Amazing Steel has literally just been in the pits there, and he is on the soft tires as he's come through his scar. Then look at that. That's what a 1.3 second gap looks like at the moment, and he is going to be gaining at quite a vast rate of knots as he comes down into the parabolic as well. And look at this, look at how much time he is gaining. That's just how much purchase he's got in the medium tires, and Mars has been on for 13 laps, and these soft tires are super sticky as well. As Amazing Steel going to try and take away the Grand Slam. The F1 Legend is currently on the road. He is sitting pretty at the top. He's almost he's a quarter of a minute in front, but almost a quarter of a minute in front then, isn't he, of the next place. And Matey has got a 3-second penalty there in the racing points as well. He is 23 seconds off Wilson at the moment, and then Ayrton in 12th position there. Remember, it's first league race after this, and he's doing a fantastic job. This race does claim a lot of very talented drivers, and Ayrton is doing a very good job there to keep himself going. Curly Red was very unfortunate, wasn't he? So we've got a bit of weaving going on here with Amazing Steel. Curly Red was unfortunate, wasn't he? As Sean Hammers and him got a bit too close in the first Lesmo. So that's unfortunate. And Ryan Matey was also quite high up as well, wasn't he? Before he damaged his front wing then. And now then it's Amazing Steel has got up into 4th position. He passes up Mars, and away he goes. And now 26 then out of 27 then. Can Amazing Steel get back up into 2nd position? I think that's a bit too much of a I think that's a big ass now, isn't it? Look at that there. He is now his F1 44 has just got a 3-second penalty as we come towards the end of this race then as well. And with the 2 seconds the gap is at the moment. Energetics then in current 3rd position then. He is just 2.9 seconds away from Velocity, and Velocity is 26 seconds in front of F1 Legend at the moment, and he is having a fantastic drive at the moment. F1 at Legends, I keep calling him 2019 because old habits die hard, don't they? So as Amazing Steel then coming in, as you can see there's Curly Red, and he's the only lapped car, I think. No, I tell a lie, we've also got the 2 racing points being lapped as well. So the whole of the field has been lapped up until 10th position so far. So when I say the whole of the field, I've just been 3 cars have been lapped in this race, and so not very many at all, as the pace for up and down the field has been absolutely it's been hot, hasn't it? Electric hot. It's been brilliant stuff at the moment now. As you can see then, so this battle for 3rd position, I don't think is going to this battle for 3rd position is going to unfortunately come to fruition in this race, because it's 1.9 seconds, but it might come to Amazing Steel on penalties possibly, as I have completely lost all kinds of knowledge on penalties, which is nothing unusual because I've just got a bad memory. On the final lap then, F1 Legend 44 is, and let's just enjoy this final lap, shall we? He is going for the Grand Slam at the moment. I don't think anyone's beating as fast as that, but again, Curly Ray has got a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags then, so that's a shame there. I think it's Amazing Steel trying to get by him, but F1 Legend, what a start, hasn't he? His pole position was great, wasn't it? But Amazing Steel there almost stole away from him right at the final whistle, wasn't it? And But in the race as well, he has actually controlled this race, hasn't he? In the first beginning, it was getting very tense between himself and his teammate. Very tense indeed there. It was incredible stuff. Master flew off the line incredibly well, didn't he? He had an amazing start. It's one of the best starts I've ever seen. Absolutely stupendous stuff, it really is then. And now F1 Legend then coming into the Ascari chicane then for the 27th and final time. And I'm enjoying this final run then. Or I was, but unfortunately Blas has interrupted me. And he is gaining on his teammate. Look at this, and he's gaining, and his teammate is just pulled on the inside, then his blast is through, he passes his teammate, and he moves up into 7th position as well then. So good stuff indeed then. F1 Legend 44 wins the first race of the ALR Bronze League era, and he's also got a 5-second penalty, but that ain't going to put a dampener on his day. What a result! I think he's got the Grand Slam as well. A fantastic race there, almost 28 seconds in front of the second place cars. Blas and Shan there is Cheyenne ran there, I should say, is Shay ran there is having a ding dong of a battle there, isn't it? Mason Steele is very close to the back of Energetics as we come through the final lap then. I wonder if he needed one more lap then. Velocity finishes second, Energetics in third position, Mason Steele in fourth position in the end then. Fifth position would be Massa had a fantastic start, didn't he? Brilliant stuff, and very thick and fast the action was there, wasn't it? In the top five, incredible stuff. So the lapped cars then, Ryan Matey 11th, Ayrton in 12th position, and Curdy Red in 13th position. Everyone else should get points then. Blas looks like he has won that battle between himself and his teammate, as it was getting very hot towards the end, wasn't it? Coming around the final corner comes Fatih Enes, who's done 14 laps on the soft tires. Good effort there. He is in 6th position there. Here comes Blas there. He's up in 6th position there. So penalties that really hurt Fatih Enes. 8th position is Cheyenne there. 9th position is Sean Hammerson. He is in 8th position, I should say. Cheyenne in 9th position, and Jake Wilson is going to be in 10th position. But it's F1 Legend who is on top of the world then here in Monza. What a way to start off the Bronze League era with a win, and a dominating win here in Monza. Fantastic stuff, man. And there are our podium winners here tonight then. F1 Legend. Wow, goodness me. Fantastic start, isn't it? Brilliant stuff indeed then. Energetics there from last on the grid to finish third there. Absolutely good hustle there from Energetics. Brilliant stuff indeed then. Really good stuff. And of course Velocity also getting the second position as well. And so very good stuff. And I think the future's looking bright. The future's looking bright. It's looking bronze, isn't it? Brilliant stuff, Ben. As we're now just going to take a look at the final classification then from the Italian Grand Prix here in Monza. And there it is then. Hats off to no penalties for Velocity and Energetics. Fantastic stuff in the end then. F1 Legend there won the race then. And I think he also got the Grand Slam as well. No, he hasn't. I apologise. I think it makes a steal, that said. But he won the race. Velocity in second position. Energetics in third then. Amazing Steel fourth. Mazda in fifth position. Blas sixth. Fatih Enes seventh. Sean Hammers in eighth position. Cheyenne in ninth. 10th position is Jake Wilson. Those are points winners today then. 11th is Ryan Matey. Ayrton in 12th position. And 13th is Curly Red then. Retirements Reaper, Collins, Froza Ferrari, Gurnman, Gunnar, and also Just Be as well. And well, we'll start to the Bronze League. Fantastic stuff indeed. There, I've been joined in the commentary box then by our rostrum winners today. Then, and I'm looking forward to seeing, looking forward to chatting to these guys. Then, brilliant stuff indeed. Energetics. Let's start off with you who finished third in the end. But I've got to say that wasn't the whole story, was it? That was an incredible race there from the back of the field right up to third.
It was nice. Yeah, I started pretty slow because I knew there was going to be mayhem in some corners. So I backed off a little and then just overtook people. Advantage taken from people who was crashing and stuff. So yeah, I've got a lot of luck. Let's say that.
And you said you took it slow to begin with. By the sounds of it, that's a very experienced driver, that is, isn't it? So did you? So you said you was just going to avoid the chaos and mayhem. Did you? Do you feel that this track does kind of bring out the chaos in drivers?
Yeah, especially lap 1, turn 1, turn 3. Yeah.
Absolutely good stuff indeed. Then. Oh, sorry.
I loved it. Yeah.
Brilliant stuff indeed then. So I've got to say then, I think your next charge will be 20th to 2nd then, won't it, in Spain? Talking about Spain then next week then. That's a very technical track. How are you feeling for your prospects next week?
I always hated the Spain track, but I did well in another league on another day. I didn't know which one anymore. But I did it great there at the moment because I practiced. So I hope it's going to be good.
Well, we hope so as well. Well done, Energetics. Absolutely brilliant stuff indeed. And congratulations on your first visit of ALR. Hopefully the first of many. Brilliant stuff indeed. And well done for 20th on the grid then. Velocity finished second in the end today. You did drop down a couple of positions at the beginning. You was on the same strategy as the race winner, which might have paid off more. Do you feel that the lost place at the beginning might have cost you the time gap between yourself and F1 in the end?
I know he was like 7/10 quicker than me a lap anyway, so I don't think I was ever going to beat him. My goal was actually just to get where I want, like finish on the podium positions. Did what I had to do at the start, hold off the other medium runners of the Alpha, and then obviously the Alpha and Red Bull had contact just in front of me, getting wing damage and that. So yeah, it's a difficult race really, at the start especially, and then obviously hats off to my teammate Maz, just doing exactly what he needed to do to help me get this podium. Battling with Forza to help me catch up with them there, and then obviously holding off for Energetics as much as he could to like help me get P2, because Energetics was so much quicker than me during that race, and if I hadn't had my teammate it would have been a P3 for me. But yeah, it was a good race.
That's a very interesting dynamic you just touched on there. Was your teammate then? So it's very unusual to hear a driver definitely give credit to his teammate then. So you're saying that Mazda did a very good job there to help you get second then. That's a really interesting dynamic there. I love that. So do you feel going forward then that you and Mazda is going to make a very good team then for the constructors?
Yeah, looking to finish as high as possible. Looking to win it really, but. If we can keep getting results like this, benefiting on obviously McLaren's mess up with Forza retiring and other teams not having both cars finish, I think we'll do really well, especially if it keeps working like that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I just go to your strategy as well. Do you feel that the medium to soft tires, that was the correct strategy for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so, because mainly you can't push the soft tyres to the potential, obviously, in the first couple of laps, because everyone's just battling everywhere. And I think being on the mediums, you're just going to be using the same amount of pace as you would have on the softs, so you might as well get a lighter car and just push almost quali laps for the rest of the race and finish strong.
Brilliant stuff, and you definitely did finish strong with a brilliant second position today. Well done to both of you guys. That's an absolutely great start then to the Bronze League, the Bronze Era of ALR, and that was absolutely brilliant stuff. I've got to work Tuesday nights now, guys, so yeah, I've got to set my alarm. Of course, then we'll be back in a week's time as we're going to the Spanish Grand Prix, a very technical, twisty track there, isn't it? By the sounds of it, Energetics is not looking forward to that one, but I certainly am. Join us in a week's time. We'll be back with more bronze action from ALR.